Cognition Method is a first-person sci-fi puzzle game that mixes surreal dreamscapes with a daunting mission. Find out what happened to the Tammy, a ship whose crew has seemingly disappeared. You play as Martin Bowman and are tasked with searching the ship and gathering data. So the demo is rather short and it doesn't exactly reveal a lot of its cards. In the beginning, you find yourself in a large white void with only a black corridor presenting a way forward. Once you make your way through it, you are greeted with an oddly placed piano. Upon interacting with it, you open a door and are greeted to a series of challenges, as well as even more strange-looking environments. Those environments are probably the standout features of the demo. They look fantastic. Don't get me wrong, their appearances are bizarre, but that's precisely the point. They're supposed to look like they're from a dream. Their dreamlike quality has been perfectly executed, and there's quite a bit of variety to them as well. One minute you're walking through open-air rooms, then the next you're in a weird chamber full of staircases going in different directions. You never quite know what you're going to expect. Still, it's worth mentioning that the lighting is what really enhances these levels. It gives them an almost serene feel to them. The atmosphere as a whole is pretty immersive too. Eventually you reach the end of these dream levels, and you wake up on board a ship. This is also where the demo becomes a little less interesting in my opinion. There isn't much in terms of gameplay, and visually it's less compelling as well. That being said, you don't really spend much time there before being pulled back into a dream world, so maybe the majority of the game doesn't take place on the ship. I'm not sure. The store page says that the story takes inspiration from 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I can see that in some places, especially towards the end of the demo. As far as its story goes, there isn't much beyond what I've already talked about. You get to write a report and read a couple of documents, but there aren't any more cards revealed at this point. I don't mind this too much because the demo did enough to capture my interest, especially thanks to the presentation of the dream levels. I can't say anything more about the story until I see more of it. If I had to make one critique in this area, I'd say that there's a few grammar errors that need tweaking, but aside from that, I've got nothing else. As far as gameplay is concerned, you have a handful of puzzles that vary in their difficulty. The demo as a whole isn't the most challenging thing in the world, but there are a couple here and there that do make you have to think a bit. They're rather bog standard to begin with. Move the boxes on the pressure plates to open up new pathways. That basically is the core concept of these puzzles overall, at least from what the demo has shown off. Later on, however, they start having more depth put towards them, such as this one that switches your perspective by reversing the gravity. These types of puzzles were really cool, as it can be quite difficult to get your bearings. I look forward to seeing what else the developers have in store when it comes to things like this, because those later puzzles show a lot of promise. The game as a whole has that same level of promise, even if it's a bit too light on the story content. Nevertheless, I think it's worth keeping an eye on. If the demo ever gets updated with more content, then I'll be sure to make a new video on it. I know this video was a short one, but I struggled to come up with what else to talk about. Regardless, if you enjoyed the video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this, as well as more reviews for indie games, then be sure to subscribe. Until the next one, I'll see you soon. Bye.